Okay, go ahead. What's your name?
Laura Danielle Quiroga.
Um, what's today's date?
October 9th, 2022.
Okay, I want you to tell me all about like your new school and everything. But first we'll start with your haircut. So turn around, show me your haircut, and tell me all about like how you got it cut and how you wanted it cut like this and stuff.
Yeah, I got it cut like this because my hair used to be like super long and thick, and so it first started out. I had bangs when you cut those bangs when I was like in like kindergarten, but then those got in my eyes, so that we stopped doing that. And then I started getting like long hair, just like probably like every other girl that you've ever seen. And then after I got like the long hair, because my hair is like really thick, so it would get like super hot. Like if it was like 80 degrees outside, then if I touched my head, then it would become like 101 degrees on my hair, and you could like literally feel it like burning. And then then I wanted to cut it like short. So then the like few weeks before my 5th grade graduation, I asked Mama, and we cut it like short to like my chin. But then that grew out too much. And like it's only been 4 months, and then it grew all the way down to my shoulders, and I was like, wait, but I wanted it to be short. You know? But it was like long again. So then I wanted to think of something where I wouldn't have to like keep cutting it like for like that less time, and also because it was still like hard, even on like the hair that I had on my graduation, it was still like really just hard to like maintain it, even though it was like only to my chin on my graduation. You know? And so then I asked Mom, and then I thought that I could like cut it like really short, like how it is now. And so I asked Mom, and she said yeah, and so we just went to the place and got it cut.
Did they use a razor and stuff on it?
Yeah, on like the back, I couldn't see it, but yeah, they did like a kind of razor, and then they did a real razor on like the back, and then I don't know why, but after that, Hannah always started like touching it, and she was like, "Wow, this feels like rabbit hair."
It feels like rabbit hair.
Yeah, and she just would like just keep touching like the back like that.
Show around, like turn it all. Like okay, that's cool. Oh, cool. Oh, cool.
Just like that.
You like it?
Yeah, I like it a lot.
It feels good?
Yeah.
You look beautiful, you know.
Yeah.
You look like me, like when I was really...
Yeah, you know, that was the first thing I said after I got my hair cut. I was like, wow, don't I look like Papa now? To Mom and...
You look like your
I look so much like your mom too now.
Yeah, I think that's beautiful. So, okay, so now, this year you're in 6th grade, right?
Right.
You started 6th grade. And we've been in school for like a month, right?
Right.
So, and this is a new school. You basically started junior high, because here the system is different. Like junior high is 6th, 7th, and 8th, right?
Right.
So, tell me about your new school, like the classes and the things you're learning, and like the favorite things that you're doing. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, the school is Mission Dolores Academy. It's like a private school. So like.
And we want to thank your grandfather for paying for it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a nice man. I love your grandfather.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
He's actually my favorite.
Yeah.
Mama's side.
Oh, okay,
Mama's side of the family. The Mama's side of the family, like, he's even better than Mama too.
Yeah, I understand that. So,
go
ahead.
So in the school, there's basically like, it's not like a middle school, like a traditional middle school, I guess. It is more like a middle school and like elementary school combined. So like it's like 2 stories tall, but it's not like really that big. So they only have room for 1 class for every grade, like even the 6th grade and 7th and 8th grade. And so basically it starts from like kindergarten, and then from the kindergarten it just goes up all the way to 8th grade. And then but the kindergarten and all that is on the bottom story, and the 8th grade is on the top story, and
6, 7,
or 6, 7, the middle school is on the top story. And then also.
So there's only, for each classroom is like one grade?
Yeah. For,
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
wait. For
Right.
each grade, there's only one classroom.
Right, same thing.
Yeah. And then, but the thing that's different about like the middle school is that instead of having like one teacher that teaches it all, like the rest of the grades, there's like, it's like a kind of a real middle school where there's like different teachers for everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so the different teachers, there's like three teachers, 4 teachers actually, but like kind of. So the first 3, there's Miss.
Just tell me about your class. What's her name
class,
though?
Miss Blow.
Miss Blow. Yeah.
And then there's Mr. Julian.
That's the funniest name for a teacher.
Yeah, and then there's
they
Mr.
can make
Julian.
so many jokes about that. I can't tell you the jokes they make about it because you're not old enough. But yeah, Miss Blow got to be the funny, and she looks like she's from Florida, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Did she tell you? Yeah, she told me she was from Boca Raton. Yeah, Miss Blow. I mean, I was just taken aback when she told me your name because I thought it was just so funny for a teacher's name to be Miss Blow like that. But like it's a male thing, like the jokes and everything. So go ahead, and so she teaches English, right?
Yeah, she teaches English, and then there's Mr. Julian, and he's like the homeroom teacher.
Mr. Julian, yeah.
Yeah, his last name is Thomas, which is kind of regular, but he teaches the history and science, and then there's Miss Cardenas, and she teaches math, and then like the sub for Latin, her name is Miss Trelandra. She doesn't really like teach anything; she's just subbing for Latin, and then basically, yeah.
What about art?
Oh, the art teacher's name is Miss Ray, and she's like really old.
And you got a gym teacher too?
Yeah, and the gym teacher's name is Coach C, or her like actual name is Clarissa. But yeah, Coach C. And then I think those are all the teachers that I know. And then and so like the best classes. Or what we're learning in like English. In English, we're doing like reading the book Percy Jackson. But
it's our story. Perseus. Yeah.
Well, yeah, in the book.
It's not the same exact story, right? But
it's supposed to be like a modern
version.
So basically, he's like the son of a god.
Yeah,
and
that's
then
the same in this story too.
Yeah, and then he does Medusa, but he also does like other things. And basically, the story is like he's a son of a god, and then someone stole like Zeus's lightning bolt, and so he has to go like find it.
Yeah.
Because they're blaming him for stealing it.
Yeah.
And then also his like mother gets taken to like the underworld place, so he has to go get her and get the lightning bolt too.
Yeah.
But the class is on like chapter 17, and then but I actually already finished the book.
Yeah.
Which is that's so I basically already know. And then but it's basically like a whole unit on like Greek mythology and stuff like that. Yeah. And then we're gonna be writing an essay on like some like Greek mythology or something, like a story and something. And it's just gonna like be telling like the theme and stuff. And then last time we read this, I don't know why it was sad to me, but it was just really sad to me.
What was it?
It was a story about like the Titans, and there was this Prometheus, and
Prometheus.
Yeah, Prometheus, and he made like humans, and then he got the fire for them. Yeah. But then Zeus like got mad at him.
Yeah.
And then just like punished him. I don't know, but it was sad to me.
Yeah.
Like that they just punished him.
Well, you know what? That's the Greek mythology is like the same as the Bible, and here's what that's about. That's like you remember Ea?
Yeah.
Remember the book in the Bible, and that he's Lucifer. And so he created us, right?
Right.
He genetically engineered us. So before they took us to be like workers, right? And
right.
We were working, but we didn't have children or anything, and like we would have sex and stuff like that, and we were like animals, like more like dogs, and we didn't know. We would just like go around and do what we, like an animal would. But we were smart like a dog. We would obey commands and stuff. So to get us to have babies and stuff like that, they had to add a chromosome. So we were originally like 22 chromosomes, and then they took a chromosome from them, and they added the 23rd. And when they did that, they gave us consciousness, and we knew like about sex and stuff. So we started we wanted to wear clothes to cover up our private stuff, right? Right? You're like that, right? You don't want me to look at you, right?
Right.
Like, if you're taking a shower and you're all naked, do you want me to come in there and look at you?
No.
Yeah, right? That's because I'm your father. You're like, get the fuck out, right?
Right.
Right. You don't want that. Do you want me to sleep in the same bed with you?
No.
Right. So why? Because it's kind of gross, right?
Right.
You're like, I'm too hot. You're my dad. I want to be like alone. So that's what kind of consciousness is. Like, you want to be like yourself and stuff, and you think, right? You think about things more. So, that's good. But Enlil is Zeus, right?
Right.
So he's the commander. He owns the planet. But so they did that behind his back. They didn't tell him.
Yeah.
They just tried to have a solution to like make us like have babies, right? And so it worked. But when Zeus saw, he could tell that we started wearing clothes and all this other stuff, right? So
that was that story in the Bible?
Yeah,
the tree?
Yeah, right, exactly. But they make it a myth and all this stuff because they didn't understand science or really what was happening.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah. So he got mad because when they first made us, they just wanted a worker. They wanted a primitive worker. And then when they gave us like consciousness and awareness, like that we could think and be like them, he thought that was bad because that's like slaves. That's like that's like enslaving somebody, or you're treating something like cruel or and it knows it's being treated cruelly. That's bad.
Yeah.
That's wrong. So that's why he got mad. And he didn't really do anything to Eo or anything. He just got mad. He said, well, why'd you do this and all that? And then life went on. He got over it, basically.
Yeah.
I'll say, so go ahead and tell me. You were telling me about Perseus and stuff. And then...
Yeah, so we just do that story. And then we had to, like, find themes.
Yeah.
The Prometheus story.
Yeah.
For me, it was, like, really sad, though, because in the end it said that they, like, kept on eating his liver. An eagle came, like, every day and ate his liver.
Yeah,
and so
and
that
it
just
regrew and stuff.
Yeah,
like
but that just made me feel so sad for the guy. So.
Yeah, well, that's how cruel people are. You don't even understand how mean people are. I've protected you and stuff, like, but people are just mean and gross to each other. You don't understand, like, because like I've taught you like all the nice stuff about the world and all nobody else gets that really. Like, I taught you how to read and write really good, but most kids don't. Most kids are neglected. Most parents beat the shit out of their kids or treat their kids like shit or don't even care. They just put them off on somebody else. Like, kind of like, how Anna had to go to daycare and like Mama like left, right? Mama,
right.
I had to take care of both of you, right?
Right.
And Anna had, like, from 1 year old, she had to go into daycare. But you didn't have no mama, right?
Right.
So if I didn't, like, she's good now, right?
Right.
But that's because I love her and I put all my energy into it, right?
Right.
But like for those first years was really hard for her. And if you would neglect somebody, like you give them bad food, you treat them like shit, and they're a child, they feel bad about themselves. They think the world is like shit, and they treat others like shit, and it's like a continuous cycle. And a lot of people are stuck in that cycle, and a lot of people are cruel and mean because of that. And there's like nothing we can do about it, because people, when they get like that, it's like insanity from from their early childhood, and you can't deal with that. So tell me like about the math that you were doing and stuff. I think that was cool that you did before.
Yeah, the math that we were doing, first we started out doing like shape areas and stuff, and then our teacher told us
you
that...
were just like zoning out, weren't you? Like when I was talking.
No, I wasn't.
Yeah. No, tell me about that zero thing that you discovered. That was cool.
Yeah, and then we had to do like, our teacher just wanted us to get ready for like 8th grade, because she said that the kids in 8th grade were having like such a hard time with the math. So she was like, so I'm just going to show you guys how to do it like now, only for like a few days or like a week, and then that way later in 8th grade you guys won't be like, oh my gosh, I can't do this, because you guys will kind of remember it from 6th grade a little bit.
Yeah.
And then she showed us like how to do like the X and the Y thing.
Yeah.
And then I was just like thinking about like 0 and infinity, because I think she was saying something like about infinity, something like I don't know what she was saying, but she was saying something about infinity. And then so I was like, oh, infinity. And then I thought about, and then I looked, because our like room has like number lines everywhere, and I looked and there was 0, and then there was an infinity sign on the other side. And I was like, wait, but if the numbers are a circle, then how can 0 and infinity like even like be apart from each other? Wouldn't they just get smashed together? If they're like on each sides, they would just end up like, see, like there's a circle, and like this is in
show the camera.
This is like 0 and this is infinity, and then they just end up getting smashed together because the numbers are like a perfect circle. And then that made it so like 0 and infinity are the same thing. And then our teacher also, Mr. Julian, proved it by saying, he was saying in class when the class was noisy, he was like, wow, I can hear everything that I can't hear anything. And I was like, oh, but he can hear everything, and that's infinity, and he can hear nothing because of that, and that's
not
0.
Yeah. Isn't that cool?
Yeah. And then I searched it up on Google too to make sure, and it said 0 is infinity.
Yeah, I think like you came up with that yourself, and I thought that was like so awesome. Yeah. Because I was a programmer for like 30 years, and like 0 is the most useful number ever, because you can always test against 0. Like you can say if it's not 0, if it's not false, or then it exists. Something exists, right? So and 0 is called in programming, we got null or void. Like void is like the void of nothingness, and null means like nothing too.
Plus another way to prove it is when you get sucked into a black hole, at the end there's a white hole, and that's where everything goes out. That also proves it too. Because inside there goes nothing, and outside comes everything.
And so what else you did? Gym class was cool too. You told me about that.
In gym class we did volleyball, and it like ended like last week. I never thought that it was like really actually hard, because it actually really was. And we played like 2 games of volleyball in our volleyball unit. The first one, it was girls versus boys, and of course the girls won, because the girls is the only one that actually has a team, and the boys didn't know what they were doing. So it was really funny, and the girls won. The girls won by like 10.
Oh really?
And the boys, we got like 25, because that's the max. And then the boys only got like 10. And it was really funny, because we beat them by like 15 points. And then in the next one, it wasn't boys versus girls, but this time actually our team lost. And so we lost we got 17 and they got 25. And so we lost by like I don't know how many, but but it was cool. And then the only thing was, in the game that we lost, I was like I think it's like spiking the ball or something, when you throw it up in the air and you're like boom, like that. To start it and get it over the net, you have to get it over the net, or else you don't get a point. every time I did it 2 times in the entire game. It literally just bonked off somewhere random, and it was really funny because I don't know where it went, but it would like always go to the side, and I didn't even get it over the net.
That's because it's hard for you to you're learning, right? So it's hard for you to control it when you do.
But yeah, I'm not gonna be good at volleyball because that's like a really.
You got to practice though. That's the only thing.
I would have to practice like a lot.
Yeah.
To get like really good at it because it's a hard game. I never thought it was hard. I thought it was just like throwing balls at people over a net.
Dodgeball. Oh, that's dodgeball.
No, but I thought it was just like doing the little hands thingy and throwing the ball up there, but it's actually like harder than that.
You got to bounce it to somebody else, and then they have to set it, and then they have to.
Yeah, there's way more harder things.
Spike it.
Yeah. Yeah, and then social studies.
Social studies.
Social studies. We've been doing the just like I don't know. I don't really pay attention in social studies, but like when I do, we just been like talking about like early humans. Yeah, I don't like social studies.
Yeah, it's a lie. Early, because what did they tell you that we came from monkeys?
They were saying that like we adapted because like we got brains or something.
No,
then they were saying
everything comes from the gods or God. They made. Do you know? I don't know this. I did know this, but like even the animals, like wheat, like bread, they gave us that. They brought that here so we could grow it, and then sheep and goats and I think horses.
Did they bring giraffes?
And cows. I don't know if they brought giraffes. I don't think they did.
Like jungle animals, did they bring?
No. A lot of it was here. But before, remember I told you there was a big flood?
Yes.
So they went around the earth and they picked what they were going to do because they knew a big flood was going to happen, right? Mm-hmm. And that everything was going to be destroyed. So they picked all the animals through the DNA. They picked like the DNA and they got eggs from the mamas and stuff like that, and prepared it also like when they could rebuild the earth, they could put back the animals that they wanted and set up everything that they like in the way it is now.
Oh, yeah.
But wheat and grapes and sheep and goats.
Dogs.
And I could think that dogs too, because they're domesticated. Like all domesticated animals, I think they brought here. To be honest with you.
Cows too? Goats?
Cows, yeah. Horses.
Pigs?
Maybe.
Or did they
not.
come from warthogs?
I don't know.
Huh.
Yeah, it doesn't say about pigs specifically. We're not supposed to eat pigs, so we don't.
Yeah.
So what else is like you like about your school and everything so far?
Oh yeah, there's like a store every other Wednesday.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to go and work there because I don't know why, but I always wanted to run a store. Yeah. And so the first few times it went good, but I wasn't really like doing it. Like the first time it went good, but I wasn't really like doing it, and I wanted to do something more like better, I guess.
Yeah.
Because I was just like telling people, which was like I was just being like, oh, this cost this and this cost this. Yeah. And then the second time I went and I did it because I do it. Like, my shift is like every 2 weeks, so it's like two times a month. But the second time I did it, I did the cash register, and it was like super fun doing the cash register.
You like that the best?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I could never do a cash. I had a job. I'm going to tell you this because my mom doesn't even know this. I had a job at a high school, or I was 17 years old, and I got the job, and it was basically at a record store. And I lost the job because I never worked the cash register before. And so when...
How did you fail, though?
I wasn't
isn't it
good.
just counting money?
Well,
it's hard for me too.
It was like you had to hit the buttons and stuff and go ding ding and come out and do all the stuff. And then at the same time, you're supposed to like talk and be nice and all that. And I never did it before. And the other guy who I was competing with, he had done it. He had experience with it. And so he did it and did a good job. And then...
You didn't?
I didn't do a good job. No, I kind of was too slow, and
Well, yeah, I'm slower because there's only 2 like 8th graders that do it.
yeah,
Because you have to like remember what every item is cost,
yeah.
and it's like wait, because they don't have like price tags. It's like wait, does this cost $3 or $2? And then after that, you have to add it all up in your head.
Yeah.
And I'm not like really good at that kind of mental
You
math.
could write it down maybe.
Yeah, but I'm good at like being friendly, and I'm also good at getting change.
Yeah.
And then
yeah.
I'm also good at like bagging the
So
stuff.
that's how you're like better than me. I could never be a cashier. I tried like once, but I wasn't good at it, and I got fired. Actually, I only worked 2 weeks, and then when they found out I couldn't do good at the cash register, they said no, and they just kept the other person. So that's cool. And then,
yeah. And then the yearbook club is gonna start. There is a meeting at like 2:30 this Wednesday.
Yeah.
So like I'll get out off of school at 2:00. You won't pick me up because it's Mama's Day. And then I'll go to the meeting at like 2:30. I guess like I'll just go leave the after school and tell them, and then I'll go to the meeting and get the yearbook club.
Yeah.
Because I think photography is cool. Like I don't want to be a photographer.
I took that in college. It's cool.
Yeah, I love photography. It's fun. I've taken so many good photos.
I learned how to develop film, which is like a lost art now.
Yeah. Don't you like not put light in it? Put it in a dark room or something?
Yeah, you have to go in a dark room. You have to do all this stuff. You put it in a canister to do the film, and then you got to take out the negatives, and then you put them in a thing and shoot light through it onto paper. It's an art. You can do things like burn different areas to make it darker or lighter or shade it and all that
cool.
kind. Yeah, it was cool. They don't even do that anymore though.
That's sad.
Yeah, at least I don't. And if they do it, it's super expensive.
Probably.
Yeah, because the materials. Everything's digital now.
Yeah. I mean, I like taking photos.
Yeah. So what do you think you're gonna do with the
yearbook?
Yeah.
I don't know, but probably just be like, I don't know how they're gonna do it. So that's why I have to come to the meeting also to be able to sign up. But probably like, I don't know.
You can write things. You can be a reporter.
Yeah.
That's what I.
They do that in yearbooks, though.
Well, you gotta. There's a picture. Everyone gets a picture, and then, like you say about the different departments and the different teachers and things like that, and like things that happen, like Halloween party or this party, or we did this field trip, we did that game, etc.
It was really funny. So our teacher in Latin class, Mr. Landra, she got mad at us because she was like, how come none of you guys are listening to me? And so she made us write, she was like, you guys have to write a paragraph on one sheet of paper, and then it has to be to the second hole punch. Your paragraph has to go to the second hole punch.
That long, yeah.
And so I thought about it, and I was like, I thought it would be funny to make it be in like a reporter style, like a newspaper style thing. So I took like actual quotes that I heard the teacher say, like, you know, and then I did it all by hand too. My hands was hurting the time after I do it, but I get used to it. And then instead of doing only to the middle circle, I did a whole page.
You did a whole page?
Yeah, so like double. And then everybody was like, wow, Laura.
Yeah, that's cool though.
Yeah, because even some kids were like cheating. They were instead of using like one of those, because it was college version.
Yeah, they would use the fat lines instead of the skinny lines?
No, but they would they would make their letters like two lines taller, lines instead of one line taller.
Yeah. You got to understand, people who cheat don't get anything out of it anyway.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't, and it doesn't matter. That's the thing. That's the difference between us and a lot of people. It's like we just don't cheat. And it doesn't matter. Like if you cheat yourself. Really, you hurt yourself by not learning.
Yeah, I would like to be a reporter, but it takes like time.
Well, there's layout too. There's like how to put the pictures together, how to make.
Oh, that's easy. That's the funnest part to me.
Yeah, then you probably will do that.
The online part.
Yeah. No,
but
it's not all online. You have to set it up to get printed out.
Yeah, yeah.
And you can use a computer.
Yeah, like digital.
We used like this thing called Quark Express, and we used Word Doc, and then we would actually cut out the stuff. You do it in a font and a type, like 72 points is 1 inch, 36 is a half inch, and you would do that, and you'd make headlines, and you would glue it on a board and lay out the whole thing, and then that would be for newspapers and magazines, I guess, and then that you would take it to a printer, and they would take pictures of it, and then they would make a negative like on a plate, and then spin it through a drum and spit out pages.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Well, you got to figure how many yearbooks is going to be put out. Like all the students get a yearbook, and then the
that's all six. I don't know if there's like a 6th grade yearbook or
kindergarten through 8th.
Oh yeah, I get to make all of them. That's cool. I thought I was just going to be making the one yearbook. Okay, never mind. That would be even cooler.
Yeah,
but I would like to take like photos, you know, like on field trips and stuff. Like I would like to be the one that takes the photos.
You probably work as a team, and there's probably like a teacher who's going to supervise.
Oh yeah, Miss Ray, the art teacher.
Oh, that's good. See, that's her job.
Yeah, she does the art. She does the yearbook.
You like her as a teacher?
Oh yeah, she's good. She's kind of like you. Like you and her would probably get along.
Good.
She's probably like your mother's age though, like 60.
Yeah, that's nice.
She has like
an old art teacher is probably like she's probably the smartest lady in the school.
Yeah.
You get smarter when you get older because you go through more stuff.
Yeah, she has like even a record player too, and I was like, and she puts on like the record players instead of like putting it on.
When you're in class?
Yeah, when we're in the class.
What kind of music does she play?
Like
classical.
Like she does a bunch
Jazz.
of records. She has a bunch. But she does like jazz and like she does like all the kinds of records, I guess.
Yeah, but it's not going to be loud music because that when you want to draw on and you want to do your work, you want like classical.
Oh, it's not like bum bum bum, but like some of them have words.
Is it strings and stuff?
It's not like strings, but they're just like she can just like put it low, like it doesn't really bother.
What are the words?
No, she puts on a different one every time. She has a like collection.
But what are the ones you've remembered?
The one that I painted on was Victor something. But it said Victor 1950 something. It's really old, and
probably jazz.
Yeah.
50s was good for jazz.
Like 19, maybe 50, maybe 30. I can't even remember.
Yeah.
They were old though. And she said, it's actually funny because she could have just sold them.
No, she keeps them.
She said they were her family's, and then she found them, and she was like, "Oh yeah, you guys can paint on them," but I don't know why.
They're worthless now, really. Nobody has record players, so the records are old.
But she could probably sell it for like money. It's like I don't know.
No, like people's tastes are not so sophisticated as they used to be because not as like educated or they don't have as round of experience about music and things like that anymore. Like today's music is really not really good. Like it's like
and
like
screaming
and then like it's like not musical really.
Yeah.
There's a whole not only an art to it, but like a way to make a song.
Yeah.
Like
rhythm, notes.
Yeah. Or is a key.
Key.
Yeah, like key of G would be G, C, D, and then like you got A minor, E minor.
Well, here's how you make like a song. You start out with a melody, because I listen to a lot of songs, and I noticed this. You start out with a melody, you play like, okay, so these are like the list of lyrics. So you do like one set of lyrics, then you do set number 2, then you do set number 1, then you do set 2, but a different unrhyming, like a rhyming one with set 2, like same format but rhyming.
Yeah, you know what that's
and then
called.
You go back to set 1.
That's called abacab. It's A B A B A C A D. Like it's like.
So like first number and you go intro.
It's first verse, break, second verse, chorus, chorus is where they all like, where it's like what the song is like the sing everyone remembers.
Like the main part, like the
main
solo part.
This like
Or
no, but
not like the solo, but like the big like
Yeah,
da 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 da.
yeah, right.
Like-
and
like
then
the main part.
then it goes back to another verse, and then D is like a
Oh, I think of it as like verse 1 is A, verse 2 is
Yeah.
B, and then you go back to verse A,
yeah.
and then you have like the big break part,
Yeah.
and then you go back.
A break is like a transitional part that goes into another part.
And then you go back to
yeah,
A,
I
and then
learned
you
all
go-
this a long time ago, like I
B.
taught myself. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
funny that you picked that out by just listening, though.
Oh,
When
really?
I was a kid, I didn't know shit about it. Like, I had to read a book to figure, like, someone told me, and I said, and then like, how to write a song. It's funny that you've listened to so much music, and then you analyzed it, like, to such a degree that you know it's got different parts, and it goes back to a different part and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Isn't
Well,
it?
you know that like songs, there's always going to be like an intro. There's always going to be the catchy lyric, which is the one
Yeah.
that you memorize.
Yeah, yeah, the chorus, yeah.
Yeah, and then there's always going to be like the one that rhymes, that same format but rhymes again in another way.
Yeah, that's the verse.
Yeah.
And then the break.
But then there's going to be like another one
and a
too.
break can have
There's
words.
gonna be,
and
like, the
not
intro.
words. Yeah.
Too.
Yeah. So, what are other things? Like, we ate at McDonald's and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And your mother would freak out if we told her that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but tell me about, like, what's your favorite thing at McDonald's?
Well, I like dipping the fries in the
Shakes?
shake. Yeah.
Yeah. I taught you that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you like the quarter pounders?
It was good.
Yeah.
But it was like, I don't know. It was just like, I don't know how to explain it. Since it was like just like so like random, you know, and not what I had experienced. It's kind of like weird.
Yeah.
But it's kind of weird, but it was like good too.
Yeah.
I wish they didn't put pickles. I had to pick
Yeah,
out all the pickles. I
know.
hate pickles.
You're like me. I hate pickles too. My mom used to eat my pickles. I used to pick out
Yeah,
the
you'd
pickles and
said-
give them to my mom. Yeah,
Yeah.
she loves pickles.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I probably got your genes on that.
Yeah,
Your taste buds or something.
yeah. What else have we been doing? You want to tell somebody? You tell grandmama about?
Like what?
I don't know. Like, so we went to McDonald's and we've been eating a lot of different ice creams and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went to the, like, what's Gus's?
Oh yeah.
There's a store called Gus's.
Yeah.
And then we went to that store, and then we got an ice cream flavor from the company
Mitchell's.
Mitchell's.
Yeah.
And
That's San Francisco.
they're in San Francisco, like original San Francisco made.
Yeah.
And then we got the flavor of ube, which they said it's like a purple yam.
Yeah.
It's really good, but it's like an 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
Like, I would eat it again, but, you know, it's not like the best.
Yeah. You want to go try the different flavors and see which one we like the best?
Yeah, I want to try the pineapple and coconut. Because,
ooh, that's
what was it? Because today that juice was super good. That pineapple and coconut. I think, like, maybe even, like, better than the orange
Okay.
one.
We got banana milk today too, right?
Yeah, banana milk. There's, like,
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called, but I think they're, like, something brothers.
Yeah.
And it's the, is it Rosa? I think it
Yeah,
might be
Santa
like,
Rosa or something.
no,
like
Rosa Brothers.
Yeah.
And then they're like a milk company, and we got their milk, and they have like all these different flavors. There's these are like they have strawberry, orange, root beer, which we haven't tried because
yeah.
that
I
one
don't know,
seems
it's
kind of
gross.
weird.
Yeah, weird. Yeah.
It looks like poop actually.
Yeah.
And then they have like banana, and the banana only comes in these like small like pints.
Yeah, pint. It's
Pint?
less than a pint. Yeah, it's like
Quart?
yeah, maybe it's a pint.
Or cup.
Yeah, no, like a cup and a half. It's probably a pint. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was pint.
Pint.
I say pint.
Yeah.
But yeah. They only come in like a pint, pint, whatever. They only come in like a pint jar, a small little pint, and then they're usually like all the way gone when we come. But today we went there and they had all
of them,
stocked.
really? Yeah.
So we were super happy because we've tried it, me and Anna, but Papa has never tried it before.
Yeah, so I get
when
to
he's
try
finished
banana milk.
fasting, he gets to finally try banana
Yeah,
milk, and
that'll
he's
be on
gonna love it.
Wednesday.
It's
That'll
gonna be his favorite one.
yeah.
I already know.
So We went horseback riding. You
Oh, yeah.
took lessons. What was that like?
Yeah, we went horseback riding on like last Tuesday, and then it was like really cool, but it was way more simpler than I thought.
Yeah,
Like
that's
all
good,
we
though.
didn't have is speed, but it was way more simpler than I thought. You just get on the horse, get adjusted to how like you're not the one that's really controlling them that much, and that they'll do something like awkward sometimes, and then you just like hold your little horn, like the little thing on the saddle, with one hand, and then you hold like the little thing with the other hand, the reins, and then you pull them one way to move the horse the other way, pull them the other way to move it the other way, and then just pull it back to pull them back. And I was like, wow, that's the simplest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
I
Do you
didn't
want
think
to
it
do
was
another
like that.
lesson?
Yeah, I think so. Mama said she wants to like reserve, and the next time we go to her house, we can like do a lesson or something.
I might do it too.
Yeah, you can do it too, because then we'll be like on level 3 or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want an hour or a half hour?
I think an hour.